Hello and welcome back. Now I'm here in the Bellica pistol skeletal mesh, and I'm going to take the weapon bone and I'm going to just move this out of the way to take a look at the pistol. Now I'm going to search for pistol and select the pistol bone here, and I'm actually going to take the pistol slide and move it and show you that this moves. So the fact that this slide moves means that we can actually have the slide have some sort of blowback when we're firing the pistol. And so in this video, we're going to get started setting this up so that we can slide this slide back and come back to the resting position each time we fire the weapon. So let's go ahead and get started setting this up. So I'm going to close Bellica pistol. And what I'd like to have is a float for the amount that the pistol is displaced. And we're going to add this to the weapon class. So let's go back into C++. I'm here in weapon.h, and I'd like to close all these other tabs. So I'm going to right click and close all but this. And here in weapon.h, I'm going to add a couple of properties. So let's scroll down to the bottom of the private section, and I'm going to add some variables. I'm going to add a float called slide displacement. Now, slide displacement is going to be driven in C++, so I want this to be visible anywhere. Blueprint read only. And for the category, I'm going to say pistol, and this will have the meta specifier. Now this is going to have a comment, and for the comment I'm going to say amount that the slide is pushed back during pistol fire. And for the default value in weapon.cpp, I'm going to give it a value of 0. So slide displacement, it'll be 0.f. Now each time we fire the weapon, I want to change this value, and I think this is a good opportunity to use a curve. So we can add a curve to this, and this will be a uCurve float. So let's make a uCurve float pointer, and let's call this slide displacement curve. Now for this one, I'm going to make it edit anywhere. I'm going to go ahead and copy the U property for slide displacement, and I'm going to change it to say edit anywhere. And I'll leave it blueprint read only category pistol. Now for this curve, we'll give it a comment and say curve for the slide displacement. And I'll go ahead and compile this so we can create a curve in the editor. So back in the editor, I'm going to go into our curves folder, and I'm going to right click and create a new curve in miscellaneous curve, and this will be a curve float. I'm going to call this slide displacement curve. And I'm going to open slide displacement curve. Now, we need to think about the amount of time that's going to pass in this curve. And we can think about the amount of time in relation to the fire rate. Now, so far, the pistol fires just like the automatic weapons. It just keeps firing as long as you're pressing the button. Now, eventually we're going to make this a semi-auto fire, but for now, let's just think about the auto fire rate, and we can go into the data table for weapon data and click on the pistol, and we'll see that the automatic fire rate is 0.18. Now, let's make this a little bit faster, like say 0.1. Now we can always change these values later, but I'm going to use a value of 0.1, and I'm going to base the curve on this 0.1. So here is the curve. I'm going to right click and add a key, and this will be at 0 seconds, and it'll have a value of 0. And I'm also going to right click and add a key, and this one will be at 0.1 and 0. And so since this is the slide displacement, I'm going to want the slide to be displaced by an amount and go back to 0 by the end of this time of 0.1 seconds. Now I'm going to right click and add a key, and I'm going to place this one at 0.05. So it'll be right here in the middle, and I'm going to place its value at 1. Okay, so I'm going to scroll all the way out and select all of these and click on Zoom to Fit so we can kind of see what this curve looks like. Now the slide is going to be blown back and then come back to the resting position, and I can actually make this curve look the way I want it to by selecting the points. I'm going to select these first two, and I'm going to right click and choose Auto, and I'll go ahead and select the first point, and I'm going to make it look more like this. And I'll right click on the second point and choose Break, and that way I can use the right handle without affecting the left handle. And I'm going to make this one go back like this. So this is about how I would like to have the curve shaped. Now remember, this is a very quick curve. This is 0.1 seconds here. So that slide is going to blow back and come right back to resting position very quickly. So this is our curve. Let's go ahead and save this. Now, in the next video, we're going to work on using this curve in conjunction with a timeline. So we'll go ahead and set that up in the next video. We'll see you soon.